In this tutorial, we clone part of one image clip onto itself to fill out the image. You've been viewing the original clip. Here's the clip with the clone applied. This exercise uses a Wacom pressure-sensitive tablet. While not required, Paint is more powerful when used with a tablet. To begin, set the timeline duration to 3 seconds. Under the Controls window, set the Animate Static Mode button to Static Mode. Import the ArtBeats movie clip sw114.move. In the Controls window, set the Fields menu to None. Close up the movie track and deselect it. Click the Paint button in the timeline to apply a paint filter. The paint filter track automatically reveals the paint path track and the paint parameters display in the Controls window. Because we're cloning or painting with an image, we need to set our clone image. Highlight the movie clip in the timeline and duplicate it by pressing Ctrl or Command D. Drag the duplicated clip onto the brush image sublayer of the paint filter. Select the paint path track. Choose Clone from the Brush Type menu. Make sure the Clone From menu is set to Self and the Align Source menu to Unaligned. Set the Opacity Modulation menu to Pressure with Opacity Alt set to 0 and Opacity set to 100. Set the Size Modulation menu to Pressure with Size Alt set to 10 and Size set to 150. Leave the other parameters at their defaults. Now, hold down the Option key and move the cursor to the Composite window. Click the top middle of the right-hand waterfall to set the clone source. Numerically, clone source X should be 545 and clone source Y 0. Next, move the cursor to the center top region of the image and start to paint on the image. Paint until you've cloned the right part of the waterfall onto the center of the image. Most likely, the clone does not line up perfectly. If this is the case, select the Clone Stroke or Strokes in the timeline and then click the Transform tab in the Controls window. Adjust the Position X and Position Y parameters to reposition the cloned image over the original image. Now play the clip using Preview to RAM. This completes part 1 of the clone tutorial. You can now move on to part 2, which shows more advanced features. A complete explanation of the paint filter can be found in the online knowledge base on the Boris FX website or in the electronic help system included with Red.